The Five Awesome Geeks presents Star Planet of the RoboAliens.
Do. Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Five Awesome Geeks. I'm your Monday host, Kay. So this week we're going to talk about sci-fi stuff, so science fiction in general. I double checked and we're just talking about whatever science fiction, so I grabbed games, movies, TV shows, books, anything and everything in the house that is my all-time favorite science fiction. I did kind of sort of run out of room grabbing all the stuff, and some stuff I actually don't have, so we're just going to talk about it and then I'll show it off as I go. I also have a bit of a cold, so if there's any rough cuts, I'm cutting out a cough or a sneeze. Yay. So I guess to get these off my lap, we'll go over the books and manga. That's right, there's gonna be anime involved this time. There's a lot. So we'll go with the anime and manga, because the anime is kind of sort of buried, kind of sort of. I don't actually have a lot of anime that's science fiction. Most of the stuff that I'm into, I either didn't grab it because it's kind of sort of buried, because the living room is kind of sort of a mess, or I've been watching it on Crunchyroll, or I'm not entirely sure it counts as science fiction. A good example is Ultraman. When I first started watching Ultraman years ago, I'm like, this is stupid. And then more recently, it's like, this is hilarious. Why haven't I watched more of this? So it's a really weird mix. There's a new one called Ultraman Orb that's on Crunchyroll. It's really ridiculous. So if you enjoy the Ultraman series, if you enjoy this oversized guy in a suit fighting monsters and beasts ridiculously, and if you enjoy a mixture of card games in that slot, then Ultraman Orb is something you should check out, because it is absolutely ridiculous and it involves all of that. And it's kind of sort of science fiction because, I mean, the guy is from space and all that jazz, so I count it because that sort of works. So Ultraman is one of the ridiculous things that I enjoy. There's another TV show. I don't remember what it's called. It's like Fireball something or other. It's kind of old school, and it's with puppets, so that's hilarious. So think, what's it called? Team America. Think sort of that, if you've seen it. So you got like the little puppets that you're doing and stuff, so it's probably like 70s or 80s TV show. It's really ridiculous, but it is science fiction, so it counts. So I like ridiculous science fiction stuff, and then I like really good science fiction stuff, and then I like space opera. Space opera is probably the biggest science fiction thing that I absolutely adore, which is why I like Star Wars. So, coming back full circle to where I was starting, let's do some manga. So, I've got, one of the ones that I've got both the anime and the manga for. I couldn't grab the anime because it's kind of sort of buried. But it's 2 Tera. I think I got the manga first. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure. And I don't remember much of it because it's been a while, but I do remember greatly enjoying it enough to buy the whole anime collection. I'm still in need of volumes 2 and 3. There's only 3 volumes of the manga series, but there's like 7 or 8 volumes of the anime. You could probably buy the collection super cheap now, because it has been a while since I bought the individual DVDs, but yeah. So it's really, really cool. What I recall is that the main character, like the ancestors were from Terra, planet Earth, and now they have to go back to save humankind. Something like that. It sounds familiar. It sounds like 10,000 other series, but I digress. So it is really good and really well written. It is in the style that I like. It's kind of like the old school 70s, 80s anime style, which I absolutely adore. That's why Osamu Tezuka is my favorite mangaka, but that's for another tale. So going right onward, I also have the Star Trek manga series. I don't have all of them, but I've got Next Generation and I've got the regular Star Trek, so that's cool. I kind of wanted to show you guys because it's really fun. I do like Star Trek. The only... I'm just gonna go all out. Like, if I talk about something, I'm gonna showcase it. So, Star Trek Voyager is probably my second favorite. Star Trek The Next Generation is probably my favorite. And then the original series and then all that other stuff are like below it. So I didn't really much care for Enterprise. I haven't seen Deep Space Nine recently, so I can't judge it. I didn't used to like it, so I don't know if I would like it now. I haven't watched it recently, so I can't say. I am kind of looking forward to the new one that CBS is making. I think it's a prequel, like Enterprise was. I don't know if it's a prequel to Enterprise or if it's a prequel to the original series or what. So I'm not entirely sure. I haven't been keeping up with it, but it does look pretty good, so we'll see. Yeah, so Star Trek. I'm going to skip ahead because when you think Star Trek, another thing that pops into your mind is Star Wars. And again, I grabbed the most convenient of things, so don't be mad when I hold up this one. Star Wars Force Awakens. And then I do have the other ones. I've got all the prequels. I've got the original trilogy. I might get Rogue One. I have seen Rogue One. I like the ending the most about that one. I don't know why, but I do. Force Awakens I liked. But no, yeah, I really like the Star Wars universe. It's more space opera-y, which I mentioned before. I really like space opera stuff. Star Trek is more technical and all that blibble blabble, which is okay. But I don't know. Space opera has always been my favorite thing, and I think it's just because there's more like a sense of adventure and excitement and danger with Star Trek. If you've read any of the books, you know it kind of follows like a really, really obvious scenario. You've got the ship, something happens. Oh no, what are they gonna do? Oh, here's an obviously weird, distorted way that we could change everything and then make it all better. Let's do it! Oh no, we might be in trouble. Oh no, oh no! Everything's fine in the end. That was one downside with Star Trek, I think, is that the books, aside from the Genesis Wave, which I did not grab, and I didn't think to grab, but I do have it. It's the only book series of Star Trek books that I've actually read all the way through. With Star Wars, I've read several of the graphic novels, none of which I grabbed because it was inconveniently placed. My graphic novels and books and stuff are a disaster right now. I need more bookshelves. I need more space. I need to organize a little better. But I also read some of the Star Wars books. I haven't read as many as I would have liked, but one of the ones that I really liked is Death Troopers, except for one bit. One bit that they could have left out, but they did it anyway because why not? But this is really cool because it takes Star Wars in a whole new spin that I hadn't actually thought about, and that is horror. I mean, you've got this vast, giant universe, and then there's like no scary stuff, except for, you know, oh no, be careful on Coruscant, or you might die. No, this is like full-on zombie troopers sort of thing, so it is really cool. There's another book that this guy wrote. It's another like Star Wars horror. I haven't read it yet. It doesn't get as many good reviews, so I'm a little worried, but this one I absolutely love to death. And it is kind of sort of like the inspiration to my own universe, because if y'all don't know, I do write. And the main series that I've been working on is a galaxy that is really, 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 really bad. So it's the sci-fi and the horror mixed together, and it's really cool. I really like doing it. So yeah, this kind of inspired that. So who would have thought? So next up, I guess we'll just keep going with the books. As I mentioned before time leave again, and I probably will continue to mention, is I really like space opera stuff, space opera books. These two aren't exactly space opera. They have a little more technicality to it. I don't remember if I've read this, but I do like this guy. I do like his writing. So Jack McDevitt is a really cool sci-fi author, I think, and Alistair Reynolds is a really cool sci-fi author. And then there's another one, cannot remember their name. I know there's several like classic ones that I haven't read yet because it's like super like science more than fiction. It's like so I haven't read them. But yeah, I like the space opera books. So I've gotten a few that I like, and yeah, there's another guy I can't remember his name. I really like his books too. He's a science fiction writer. I want to say his name is like Steven something or something Steven. I'm not entirely sure. It's not Stephen Baxter. It's not Stephen Baxter. It's some other guy. And I cannot, for the life of me, remember his name. Maybe it's just Jack McDevitt. I don't know. Dang. I was hoping, as you know how sometimes they have, like, quotes from different authors. I was hoping... No, Stephen Baxter. Dang it. That's not who it is. There's a Stephen guy out there. And I'm sorry, I can't remember your name, but I like your books. So, good job. Alright, moving away from the books, we'll go with video games real quick, because I don't want this video to be too long, but I feel like it's going to be long, even with edits and stuff, so, yeah. But, video games, like I mentioned before, I do like playing video games. There's not a lot of science fiction games that I like to play, but the most prominent is, like, racing games set in, like, a science fiction sort of era. Two good examples is F-Zero, of course, and then Top Gear 3000, which is the third in the Top Gear series, so to speak, kind of, sort of, the SNES one anyway, because you got Top Gear 2, and then Top Gear 3000. Which is really cool because then you go through like planets and then you race on the planets. It's really cool. It's like Top Gear meets F-Zero, so that's kind of fun. And then the main other series genre of video games that I like to play are shmups. So you got your little space shooter, pew pew pew, and either like the horizontal or the vertical side scrolling sort of thing. Of course, last week I mentioned my favorite was Darius Twin. I got Darius Burst on my computer, and I played it a few times. There's Gradius, and R-Type. I've played those two, but they just aren't as quite as much fun as Darius Twin, and I don't know why. But, yeah, so those are my favorite science fiction video games. I don't really play, like, the sci-fi horror games because I'm a big wimp. But, yeah. Alright, so I think I'm gonna mildly breeze through the rest of this stuff since I'm running out of so-called time. But there are several like TV shows and movies that I've seen that are science fiction, either space opera or not, and I really, really enjoy them. I'm probably missing a few, but I've already mentioned Star Wars and Star Trek. I've seen all their movies as far as I know, and I really enjoy them. Mostly the Star Trek films, like The Next Generation and such. Those are really good. Some of the older ones are okay and pretty good. But Star Wars, you know, of course. And then there's the spin-off Star Wars movies that are coming out, so I'm looking forward to those. But yeah, other ones that we've got is so we got Titan AE and Treasure Planet. I know some people were probably like, "Oh, you like Treasure Planet?" But I really liked it. I don't know why. It's kind of cool. And then this was really, really awesome. I've seen it like 5 billion times. I don't know if they released it on Blu-ray or not. Probably not, which is unfortunate because I would totally buy that. I did buy the Iron Giant on Blu-ray, so that's really cool. I don't know if that counts as science fiction. Does it count as science fiction? I'm not entirely sure. Another one going to it. I haven't seen all of them, but Planet of the Apes I really enjoyed, even though it's kind of old school and a little bit ridiculous. Another one, and the last one I think, for movies, is the Alien Anthology. Of course, you were probably like, "Kay, why aren't you going to list Alien? You said you like science fiction horror." Yes, I do. And so I'm listing this because I really, really enjoy it. I have not played the video game though, which is unfortunate. I have watched people play it because, as I said before, I'm a bit of a whip when it comes to horror games. But yeah, the Alien movies are amazing. I didn't actually think the first one was that scary. The other ones were pretty creepy. But yeah, they're really, really cool. I don't think I've seen I've seen Alien and Aliens. I don't remember if I saw Alien 3, and I'm pretty sure I did not see Alien Resurrection. But I did see Prometheus, and I did kind of sort of like it, and I am looking forward to the new one that they're releasing. I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but they released a trailer for it like last month or something like that. So, I don't remember the name of it, isn't it? Oh, Covenant. It's Covenant. So that one looks pretty cool. Hopefully it's good. I don't know. A lot of people are a little bit iffy because they're like, hey, what about, blah, 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 and this and that. And it's like, oh, I've forgotten all about that. But yeah. So lastly, is the anime, which I forgot to mention while I was talking about the manga, but then I got like totally derailed and everything else. So I was like, But we've got, I think these go together. Yes, they do. 2 series that are kind of sort of the same. I haven't watched them all the way through, and I haven't watched one of them, so I'm not entirely sure what the differences are. But we got Battle of the Planets and Gotcha Man. As you can tell, these kind of sort of look like the same series. I'm thinking it's probably like a Super Dimensional Fortress Macross and Robotech sort of thing, where one's the Japanese version and one's the Americanized version. I haven't watched them yet, so I can't say for sure. But, yeah, so, I mean, it's really cool. Because it's basically your typical, you've got the group of people, and then they've got, like, superhuman powers, so to speak. It's that sort of genre. So, it's kind of science fiction-y, because, Battle of the Planets, Gotcha Man, same sort of series. It's, space stuff. So, there's that. And then lastly, but not leastly, we have the one thing that I'm pretty sure my other geeks were wondering when I was going to talk about it, and that's Robotech. I had to actually figure out which set I wanted to bring down here, so I went with the one that was the original that I saw at the library. They had these sets, so it was this one, and then the other 2 sagas that go with it, Masters and New Generation. So I did grab those. I don't know why. I just didn't. Probably because I had like a stack of stuff already, so I didn't want to make a bigger stack, so I didn't. Robotech is probably the main space opera that I absolutely... It's like a soap space opera. That's how ridiculous it is. There's love triangles, there's badness, there's cliffhangers, there's characters, there's this and that. There's so much going on. It is totally a space soap opera. So yeah, but I absolutely adore it. I don't know why. It's ridiculous. Like, I was rewatching it the other, like, a year ago, and it's just ridiculous. But, yeah. So, I've got, like, a variety of sets because of the fact that the one set that I bought originally, came with the case kind of sort of cracked because I bought it off of eBay, which never again eBay, because there's just... Some people will still buy stuff off of eBay, but after all the stuff I've had to endure with it, I'm over it. So I buy my stuff from Amazon, or I just go to the store and buy it. Or Right Stuff. One of those 2, 3 places. Yeah. I had that set, and then I watched it after, years of having seen this one from the library. And they changed stuff. It is remastered in the way that it kind of sort of ruins it a little. Like, the intro isn't as cool and old school as it was, so I was very disappointed with it. And then there was another set that came out, so I'm like, hey, I'm gonna buy this set. And then the movie came out, and I bought it because Mark Hamill does a character voice in it, so that was really awesome. So 2 of my favorite things, like, kind of combined together, so that was cool. So I've got, like, 2 different editions of the movies, because somebody like sent me the special edition, I think it was, pretty sure. So I've got the one that I got for my birthday, because it came out around the time of my birthday, so it was that, and then the one that was gifted to me. And then more recently-ish, I managed to find these babies at Half Price Books. So I finally found the last one, like, a couple years ago or so. And then last year they came out with another set that has the 2 movies that were like Japanese only releases that you didn't get to watch. It was like, but I really, 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 really watched this. So I bought that set. So I've got like 4 sets of Robotech. I'd show you, but again, I had my hands full and there's so much, so yeah. So Robotech is probably like the one thing that's anime related that I fangirl over. I have seen some Gundam stuff. I know Britt's gonna talk a lot about Gundam, so I'm not gonna wear your ear out. I'll let her do that. I've only seen Gundam Seed, and I didn't even watch the whole thing. And then I saw a bit of Gundam Down Below, didn't watch the whole thing. And then I got Gundam Zeta, didn't watch the whole thing. So I'm just like, whatever. So I tried to watch it, and it gets really interesting, and I pull a me, where I watch it, I get into it, and then something distracts me from finishing it, and then I just never, ever finish it. I'm terrible about that. I'm just terrible. But yeah, that is it for me for this week. It is a very long video. Hopefully editing stuff out will not make it 20 minutes long. We'll see. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching, and who's Tuesday? I don't remember. It's Kio-chan, isn't it? Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Kio-chan, we'll see you tomorrow. If not, then I don't know. I'm pretty sure it's Kio-chan. Yeah, because she's Tuesday, Britt's Wednesday, Dylan's Thursday, and Melissa's Friday. So yeah, Kio-chan, we will see you tomorrow. Bye.